Hey, so I know a lot of people out there are discovering that they are autistic, and it's led people to say things like, oh, we're all just a little bit autistic. And that is absolutely not true. As an autistic person, I can tell you it is not true. I'm starting to learn, and this is what helped me accept my diagnosis, because I was diagnosed when I was 11, didn't believe it. But I'm starting to learn what it actually means to be neurotypical, what normal is. Because, everybody probably assumes that whatever their perception is the norm. But I never knew how different everyone else was, how different their perception was compared to mine. Like, when you learn how different they are, you realize, oh crap, I am autistic. And there's so many things, so many ways that we're different, and it's just mind-blowing. And because of this difference, it causes a lot of difficulty in understanding each other. Like, people don't understand why I can't just pull it together. They don't understand, because I seem pretty normal. But I'm constantly failing. I'm constantly letting people down. I'm constantly screwing everything up. And now I understand why the suicide rates are so high for people on the spectrum, because it's constant failure, and you're not different enough to get sympathy. Like, obviously, if we had a more disabled look, like if we looked like somebody with Down syndrome or something else, we would get a lot more sympathy and understanding and patience. But the more, I guess, normal you appear, which also comes with many years of masking, the less understanding you get. And also, a lot of the focus is for children. Like, a lot of the research and a lot of the focus and help is geared toward children. Guess what? Those children grow up and they become adults, and they don't, like, they might learn how to fake normal, but they don't actually become a normal person. They're autistic their whole life into adulthood, and then they are kind of left to fend for themselves. Like, you might start getting help again when you're in elderly years, but if you're like in the middle between child and elderly, you are, just kind of left to your own devices, and you will have an issue with every aspect of adult life, including the little things. And nobody can teach executive functioning. Executive functioning is like your brain's manager that helps you, like, navigate through life. And autistic people struggle with that. And ADHD makes you struggle with that. I have both autism and ADHD. I've been diagnosed with both. I'm not self-diagnosed. And that's the worst combination, because autism and ADHD fight with each other. So, for instance, autism thrives with routine, right? Like, a routine just helps us feel peaceful and just safe. However, ADHD can't do that. ADHD is all over the place. You can try to do your routine, but you're going to get distracted 100 times from point A to point B. And the problem is your brain is deficient in dopamine. So your brain is constantly seeking that dopamine that it's missing, which is why you can't focus on things that are uninteresting. But if you find something that does interest you, you can't stop. It's not like you can't focus. It's like you don't have control over what you focus on. So anyway, it's just, my life is hell. My life is hell. It doesn't matter how easy my circumstances are. Like, it doesn't matter if I stay home or if I work a job. My life is hell. And yes, I've prayed. And yes, I've done many things to cure myself. Right now I'm doing a heavy metal detox. I think it might be helping. I can't really tell if it's like the heavy metal detox or the fact the sun came out and I'm like feeling a little happier. But my whole life I've been depressed, anxious, screwing up everything. The majority of autistic people cannot keep a job, cannot graduate college. And that's me. Like, I suck at working. And I had to drop out of college because it became too difficult. I didn't understand anything. I was in disability services, which gave me extra testing time in a private room, which was great, but it doesn't matter if you don't understand anything. You don't know the material. It doesn't matter. So anyway, there's just so much people don't get they're like, oh, you seem normal. Yeah, I've been practicing my whole life. And that's another thing. Like, people don't know how much we are practicing, how much we're watching and mimicking. I have memories in kindergarten, trying to mask, trying to fit in. So here's what happened. I noticed that the kids that were really popular and liked always did something shocking to impress the kids. So I decided I was going to start doing shocking things. And I, like, you know, took the scissors and chopped off my hair in front of everybody in kindergarten. They're like, look what I did. You know, I'm crazy. Look at me. And that, you know, that's what I did, because that's what I thought that's what you did if you to be liked, you know. And I would do that. I would just mimic people all the time. And I even like copied this popular girl's handwriting. I sat next to her and I learned every single letter, and I tried to write exactly like her, because I thought, well, popular girls have pretty handwriting. And, you know, and all of these social rules that I thought I just knew, I didn't really, like, it never came naturally to me. Like eye contact, I was told to make eye contact, but it never felt right. And I still can't do it. And also pay attention to what you're saying. So if I'm looking into your eyes, chances are I'm not hearing a word you're saying. My brain won't process both the eyes and the words. So I have to pick one or the other. So I try to like look away a little bit just so I can get the gist of what they're saying, because if I look in their eyes at all for any length of time, I'll miss enough that I won't have any idea what they're saying. So not everybody has autism, let's put it that way. Not everyone is picked on and told they're weird their whole life. Not everyone struggles with everything every day of their life. You know, and the older you get, the more obvious it is there's something wrong with you. Another thing is, what was I gonna say? Oh, ADHD here, huh? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so they say that with autistic children, they usually start getting bullied in 5th grade, because that's when kids start to mature enough to notice that the autistic kids are weird and different. Well, guess when my bullying started? 5th grade. It was like I had entered a whole new universe where everyone hated me as soon as I entered 5th grade. And it was hell from there on out. Yeah, not everybody just starts getting bullied in 5th grade because they're a weirdo. And that's also why the only friends I really had in 5th grade were like 3rd graders, because they were too young to realize I was a freaking weirdo. So yeah, anyway, I know y'all think it's weird that I make these videos sometimes, because my channel is typically about the Lord, and you know, I do want to make videos about the Lord. I want to make funny videos. I want to make autism videos. I'm kind of torn because I have many different things that I like to share. So, but I don't know. I think a lot of people might appreciate these, because there are autistic Christians out there that like to hear some relatable stuff. And I could also talk about what it's like to be autistic and a Christian at the same time. Of course, the persecution is unreal. Yeah, so, but it does present some challenges with me because of how autism changes my worldview, how I see the world and the Bible, and that presents struggles for me. So anyway, thanks for coming this far, you know, getting this far into the video if you have, and if you haven't liked it yet, like the video and subscribe. I'm just kidding, I never say that, but I don't know, just felt like saying it this time. Alright, love you guys, God bless.